Hi everyone, how you all doing this very late evening? We've had a lot of crazy things shared with us. People keep saying, why do you stay and continue to focus on these people that are no longer going to be in office? Because they're still collecting and receiving all of this stuff and taking all of this and not doing anything for us. We really need to look at everything as a whole, everything happening. We have a leader who is clearly focused on himself. The intentions for his people are not there. The intentions for himself and his family and friends are. If you look around our entities, our tribal offices, just all of our departments, you can literally see the setup that this person has done. There are so many things that, just need to be answered that I just can't understand. I mean, we have elders that are being bullied at work. They don't bother anybody. We just have too many people running our entities into the ground. And after you sit here and talk with all of these people that are getting paid nothing or not even getting a job period, and you listen to them, not just the ones that are up there and making it somehow, you listen to all of the people that actually work, that are hardworking, that follow the policies and procedures, don't understand why they're being broken, but they follow them. These are the people that are just being stepped all over, mistreated, bullied, harassed, attacked, anything. It's there. I'm proof. I talk about all these other people that are done wrong by our government, our own tribal government. How can our own leaders do this to us? They should be working for us, not against us. I always have these people commenting, Rez Apache and all of these people, Nacho Libre, Sheila Harris, about, we fully support educated people. We come back and do this and that for our tribe, but that's not true. Go talk to your people. We have so many people that have degrees, actual degrees for these positions, and they're not even being considered. Not at all. But when you listen to the people that are supposed to be hiring them, just in charge of all of this, the HR, everything, you can see how wrong our people are being treated by uneducated, unfair, unqualified people. We have, I talked the other day about I'm always talking about these directors, and Mr. Algin Toklani does not come up that often usually. In the beginning, people asked a few questions about him. Has anyone ever mentioned Elgin? No. Wow. Elgin. What is Elgin in charge of? Hotel. hotel management. No education at all, okay? This man has no education. And he is being paid top dollar, calling the shots, deciding who gets hired. You know, we have a young Apache gentleman. He's went to school. He has worked at so many of our entities. He has worked in so many of our tribal departments. And during all this time, has managed to educate himself in every area that he has applied. He has even been overqualified with his degrees, and he is never selected, not even called back, has the most insane interviews. So we have openings posted on IMG website. I don't know how many of you were receiving unemployment, how many of you were laid off and not called back, how many of you have applied and not heard anything, how many of you have went to an interview and not heard anything. How was your interview? How was your interview? Who conducted it? And would you say it was an interview? Mr. Toklani will open and post positions. And once you apply, and if he sees it and don't like you, he will close that position. He will close it without any reasoning. I have 5 pages of notes here, you all. So I gotta go through a lot because this is insane. Hotel operations is Mr. Elgin Toklani's title. He has openings for let's see, stronghold manager. Who's in the stronghold? Who's the supervisor? Because the closing date is still theirs. It hasn't reached that date. It's still posted as an opening, but when individuals call to ask about it, educated individuals, he closes them. This young man did not understand. He just couldn't understand why all of this education has not gotten him any jobs. Why Mr. Toklani and his past co-workers and all these people treat him this way. Because he's educated. Because he should be sitting where these people are. Elgin Toklani has no business, and he has said it himself, being hotel operations. No. He did not want this position. He has no degree, and he has said he did not want this position. Once he was hired, oh my gosh, I just don't understand this. I just don't understand this because we did the same thing with that uneducated, lazy COO of ours. We did the same thing with him. Once we hired Mr. Toklani, who did not want the job, but I guess once you show him enough dollar signs, it was okay enough to take. They sent him to Orlando, Florida for training. I do not understand. I don't understand how that makes any sense. This explains why our inn is not our inn. Because we have uneducated people in all of these top departments overseeing so many important things with no education. Our turnaround rate is insane. Why? Why are we allowing this uneducated person to post positions and close them once he feels he finds the right family or friend to fill it? Uneducated at that, unqualified at that. Oh. Let's see. Right now, this gentleman has applied with the Stronghold, was told Elgin closed it. Who knows why? Tried to go back to accounting. Non-gaming officer. Trying to pay him at $11 an hour. When asked about his degrees, well, what do my degrees help my pay? Can we discuss this? Nobody has returned his call. Nobody has returned his call to answer these questions. Staff accounting controller Ginger interviewed him. Asked him what 3 forms he could remember from accounting. Because he wasn't fast enough to remember, she just left. Interviewed for front desk. Helen Caneswa has interviewed this gentleman, if you can call it that. Speaks about his education not in an encouraging way, as if it's hurting him in getting these jobs. Well, you're overqualified, you're overeducated. This gentleman has worked at front desk, booking your rooms, working with the customers for years. Has been written up 3 times by his supervisor at that time. Falsely. All of them were let go. Lane. I just keep hearing about Elgin, Lane, and Helen. Just making all of these calls, doing all of these things to our own people, when they should be helping their people. They should be looking at all of these qualifications and saying, no, we need to get this person in here. How many of you have taken your degrees and submitted them with your resume, everything, and have not received a call back? It's not just happening at the end, it happens in our tribal departments right now. Right now, there are so many, excuse me, so many inner office transfers. I talked about it the other night, conservation. Why have all those interviews if you already had your selection? Why are you wasting our staff's time? Man, we just have these people, these uneducated people, mistreating our own people, mistreating our own people. These people work hard. These people have education. They have nothing on their background. No DUIs. Maybe that's what he should do. Maybe he should go get a DUI, and I bet you he'll be a director like that. Just like that. Mr. Toklani, as hotel operations, how are we doing? How are we doing? Can you update us? Can you let us know any of this stuff that's going on? Why you're closing openings just right there on the spot? You don't like these people? Do they intimidate you? These are educated people that you're turning down. Tribal people. We have maintenance over here hiring contractors to fix their jobs. And then you hear that we have all of these tribal members or even affiliates or people qualified who already have all of their HVAC, their plumbing, all of these licenses, these certificates. But we're hiring non-tribal members and then training them. I cannot understand how that makes any sense. How that makes any sense to hire a non-tribal member with no training and then send him to be trained, to get the training he needs. If we have tribal members who have these trainings, why would we do that? Who's hiring these people? Who hires for each of these departments? Does the managers get to pick, or who does this? Because that makes no sense to me. I just don't understand how we're doing this. Why we're hiring all these non-tribals who don't have training and then sending them. Or why we're hiring people that are not qualified or trained and sending them as well when we have people who are educated, who have already devoted so much time to our tribe or entities. And we're going to ignore all of that because of your personal whatever. Henrietta, what does Henrietta Desiderio do there? Because I just keep hearing about, well, when you go and you work, you got to go to Henrietta, and then Henrietta goes to Elgin. And why is council, all of you all should see this. I know you all see this. You just cannot be this blind to ignore all of this going off. You have people that have written. I am told that Miss Helen's favorite saying is, write the council, let them know what's going on. So I know you all know what's going on. If you have staff that is unable to do their job, why do we keep them? I am so sorry. I understand that you try to, help our people, our elders, or the ones that have been there long, fine. But not when it's damaging our business, when we're losing money, look at our turnaround rate. Why are we losing staff? Lane, can you explain why we have such a high turnaround rate? Elgin, I was told that we have a valet supervisor who's not happy and wants to go to another position. How are we able to just cater to all of these people, create all of these positions? Miss Harriet Aguilar, it does not surprise me that she was not able to fulfill her, goals or accomplishments within her 3 years for her job. When you look at her baby, and he's been there 11 and can't do anything or show anything for that either. Apples don't fall far from the tree. This has to stop. We have to stop letting all of these unqualified, uneducated people run our business into the ground. Why do we have policies and procedures if nobody is going to follow them, or you're only going to follow them when you don't like somebody? How is that fair? We have people getting accused of things when you ask to pull cameras. Did we have money stolen? Or have we had an attempt of money or chips, or anything stolen in the past month or so, excuse me, because I would like to know, where's our surveillance? I keep asking, where's our surveillance? Where's our surveillance? And then I find out who works in surveillance. Mrs. Algin Toklani. We also had a tribal member apply for that. Educated. Did the little camera training, everything, and was never called back. This is just crazy. Why are we catering to all of these people? If they have no idea what they're doing and it shows, why are we still paying them? Why are we still paying them? I would like to know who is Mr. Jeff Martins. If we have a management consultant, they're failing. What is his salary? Because this man is from Warner. Why are we giving Warner so much? If he's not there helping, and he's not because Warner owns our casino, not us, not us. We have this great COO, Frizzell. Why does he need them? Why is he there? Because he's failing too. We have an elder that works for, is it Helen? And she's mistreating her, writing her up. This elder only works 3 days a week. Man, just to stand up for yourself, just to do your job how you're actually supposed to do it, and it's wrong. But it's wrong because you have all these uneducated people, unqualified people. You would think as long as Mr. Toklani has been at that inn, he would have learned by now how to at least improve our numbers, something. Then you find out his wife is still sitting there with a job. How many of you have applied for these positions? How many of you have had any update from HR, from anybody telling you if you've received a job, if you're going to get it, anything? Oh, okay. So, I talk a lot about these people that abuse their power, that do things on the job that they shouldn't be doing, that do things off the job, off the clock. And then you have this other employee, while on the clock, going to a bar to confront a female customer, paying customer, because she didn't like how she was treating her niece, or her niece's honey was chasing her, who knows? But she was on the clock. Security had to be called and everything, and nothing was done to this employee. Nothing. Got to go right back to the computer and work again. Come back the next day like nothing. Tell me how that is possible. Because, you know, Miss Garrely was on the council at that time that her sister went to that paying customer to confront her, to fight her for her niece. To fight her while on the clock for her niece. These are not just employees, these people this individual, the other one that was on the council at that time, should have better hearts than that, should behave better, should know better because of what they do in our community. But when you have an ugly heart, it shows. Being jealous, you're not supposed to be that way when you do that for your people. You're supposed to be able to pray for them all equally, love them all equally, not with jealousy in your heart. Man. So we have over here this Elgin Toklani Lane. Where's that other one? Helen. I don't know about Betty, but all uneducated. Bullying their employees, bullying them. I don't understand why you would bully your own staff. Don't you think you would want to teach them, help them, build your department? Man, I just can't understand how all of this just goes on and none of you leaders do anything about it. How we're going to have all these department heads uneducated, running our businesses into the ground, making all of these unfair proceedings, just going along with everything. Associate's degree, certificate in Hotel and Lodging Institute. Man, when you have people like that applying, don't you think you should consider them, especially when you don't have anybody educated? Your turnaround rate is insanely high. Don't you think you should start looking at these things? How are you all going to say that you treat your people fairly when you do this to them? Harriet Aguilar is a hospitality training manager with no bachelor's degree, and that's listed. How long has she been there and she still has not accomplished her goals? Nothing. We have too many directors at that inn and in all of our tribal departments that need to be looked into. A lot of these directors have been asked serious questions and not one of them has answered, and our leaders either. It is almost time to vote for these people to step in there and replace the next. They really need to start informing us, talking to us, telling us how they're going to fix all of this nepotism, this uneducated, unqualified hiring, this wasting of money. We pay such high salaries to people who are not doing their job. The president does not earn no $70+ an hour. Not ever. Not ever. The VP, General Counsel, that's like one of the biggest fails right there. I don't know who's worse, her or Gabe. They're just like right there. Complete waste. Complete. I don't even understand how Lauren is at $50 an hour. I just don't. I don't understand. General Counsel, how are you going to let him make more than you? Anthony and Eddie, all of you that are running, you all need to start updating your people and talking to them, because you're asking for our votes when all there is right now is nothing but wrong in almost every entity, every department. We have tribal members being mistreated. You have people, your own directors, yourselves breaking your own policies and procedures, moving people around in the departments, going from here to there. Just why post it? Why have all of our tribal members go and apply and submit everything if you're just gonna move your family and your friends here and there? How are you going to do that? And then to make it worse, these people aren't even educated that you're moving around in these departments. So it's just going to continue to fail. Continue to fail and fail and fail. Because you're not making any changes. You're adding to the damages already done. You need to start looking in there and taking out all of these unqualified, uneducated people and start putting in the people who should be in there. Fix our entities. Get our tribe back on its feet. Because regardless of what they tell you or what you hear, we need to see proof, because there's too much to tell me that we're firmly standing on our feet. That our tribe is doing good. They're doing good. Our leaders are doing good. They're doing great. They really are. Their little puppets under them, they're also doing well. They're doing so well. But the rest of you, the rest of us that aren't in their little I don't know, circle, whatever. Why? How can you say that they're doing good? To this day, not one question answered. Not one question. You would think, oh man, I need to shut this girl up. She's just saying all these ugly lies. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Why wouldn't you want to prove me wrong? That these things that mean so much to our people, that have such a huge impact on us, why would you not want to answer them? How much more are we going to waste on all these people? Who are they holding the benefits coordinator position for? Man, that'll be a good one to see who they put in there. Let's see who Gabe or Frizzell or whoever, Elgin, whoever, whichever one of these uneducated people I just mentioned, literally, who they'll put in there. And I thought, man, who got the gaming commissions? Algison's wife, man. Emergency manager moving people from department to department. You have people getting written. Lane is writing up people left and right 3 times. Miss Betty Shanta goes to fight a paying customer and didn't get one write-up. Man, on the clock. Why would you harass your own employees or be a bully to your own employees? Mr. Jeff Martin, what are you doing at our entity? How much are we paying you? How much are we paying you so that we can continue paying Warner? I have so many. I'm sorry, guys, but I just got to read through all of this and make sure. Miss Lane. Man. You are going through emails, personal emails, holding people's personal cell phones. Mr. Toklani, how is that okay? Is this your employee? How is that okay? Unjustifiable write-ups. Threatening people. Just going in your file. 3 strikes. Have you all not sat down in your council meetings and discussed this? All of these departments and their high turnaround rates. Why? This is just so discouraging. It's just so sickening to see all of this, that you all are just allowing this, that we vote you all in and then you just turn a blind eye to all of this that's going on when you should be addressing it. You should be going head on and addressing this issue right then and there and fixing it. These aren't just little entities. $1,000,000 entities. And you're playing around hiring these uneducated bullies. Unqualified, uneducated bullies. Throwing their weight everywhere. Just being mean to their own staff. I would like to see who's in charge of our stronghold. They have to keep somebody that they want, one of their friend or family, so that Miss Simmons can just, can continue to go in there and just shop whenever she wants. Mrs. Aguilar, oh, it's on for sale. So they need somebody in that stronghold. This is why they can't just hire anybody. They need to continue this. So we need to stop it. This needs to be answered. Man, this is just crazy. Mrs. Helen Caneswa, what is your title there? Are you able to do your reports? Can you operate? I mean, this just really needs to be looked into. I'm not saying all of this to be mean. I'm saying this because it upsets me that we have all of these uneducated people not only failing at their jobs, but bullying other people. Qualified people, tribal people. Tribal preference means nothing in our departments. So I truly hope that those of you that are running can at least tell us how you plan on fixing that. The ones that are sitting now, you really need to emphasize on how you're going to fix all of this, because you all are sitting in there now and nothing's being done. It's getting worse. We're hiring contractors to fix the council members' grandson's DUI wreck. How are we going to have that? How is that fair? You all see these people running. They probably talk to you, ask them. And those of you that are running that watch these, you could do the same thing that I'm doing right here. You could go onto this little device and you can do a little live feed and talk to your people. Explain what you plan on doing. And with COVID being so high and attacking again, that would probably be the smartest thing to do. Last election, they didn't allow campaigning because of COVID. They said, "Oh no, 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 no," because of the threat of rioting or whatever. This right here, this little device, will allow you to campaign, will allow you to talk to your people. Those of you that care to inform your people. Those of you that actually want to get in there and do something, you should probably start informing your people. Because that's one of the biggest things, is that nobody communicates with anybody that votes them in. I would truly like to go and have all of these directors reviewed. Our council, that is your job. I was over here just focusing on all of these other directors when you got Elgin over here. Sarah was brought up as another one who has no business in all of these departments, was just handed. You know, you don't even need to say anything. You could just literally look at the numbers. It should show. The work will show itself. I truly encourage those of you that are running to please get out there and talk to your people. Share my content so that one of them or one of their family will tell them the devil is talking again, because that is their favorite phrase for me. The devil. They can call me whatever they want. But it is our right to know and to ask all of these questions. There is no reason for any of these directors, unqualified, uneducated directors, to be bullying any of our people, any of their staff, let alone elderly. One of the Helen's saying is, go write a letter to council, let them know what's going on. Yes. Let them know how she conducts herself, how she yells, anything. Mr. Toklani, why do you hold on to these people so much without any kind of reprimand for any of their behaviors? Why do we hold on to you, council? Why do we hold on to Frizzell, to Alan? Maybe once Gabe is gone, we can actually start getting some answers and some real help. So we need to get these people in there that want to help us. Go talk to our people that are running. Talk to them about having a big, beautiful feast for all of our people that we're losing, that are hurting. Not for a leader who has done nothing for us, but for our people. That's how it should have been. I've never felt more embarrassed for a person than I do now. A true embarrassment to our tribe, and it shows, because we have nothing from him but his greed, his lack of knowledge, his corruption, and all his corrupt employees. And if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. Because, man, it just keeps getting worse and worse every time you talk to another person. It's so disheartening to hear how people are treated. Our people. Our people. Our people that you say you'll help once they come back educated. Our elders. just our people in general. Y'all go talk to these people and ask them how it's okay to do this. For that educated gentleman, I hope you keep on going. And I hope someday you're in charge of all of that. Because you have it. You got it. And they know it. That's why they mistreat you so much. You all stand up to these uneducated bullies. Don't let them treat you like that. Go ask these leaders, these candidates, what their plan is and how they're going to help their people, and not themselves, not their pockets, but their people. How they're going to bring our pride back, how they're going to build our entities and grow them. Do more for our children. Provide homes. Maybe we'll start to get a dividend. You know, it's been 3 years since we've gotten a tribal dividend. These are all things that you need to go ask these candidates and these leaders that are running. You all have a good morning. Share my content. Go to YouTube. My content's there. Prove Me Wrong with Vanaya Val. My husband also has his Smile Now, Die Later. Go look at them. You all have a great, great morning. Be Mescalero Apache strong. Pray for one another. Pray for your community, your people, all the loss we have been dealing with. You all have a great, great morning.